Hey everybody, welcome to a review. Long time no see. So in this review, I actually got the pleasure to test the newest version of Komodo Internet Security. Just got released to the moderators. We're gonna try it out and make sure there's no weird, funky problems. And probably soon after that, if everything is okay, will get released to everybody else. But I wanted to show it to you guys, some of the changes and other things that are associated with it. So let me pause 1 second and I'll get the list of changes that I know of and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's some of the changes. These can change at any time until the official version is released, but here's some of the things. So they added the Trust Connect integration. This is turned on from the factory, but you can turn it on and off whenever you want. Basically, it detects unsecured wireless connections. So if you're like, let's say at the airport and you hook up to a open Wi-Fi connection, and it asks you if you want to use your Trust Connect account. That's actually kind of nice. It basically, if you have the account, now you can encrypt your communications if you're on an unsecured wireless network. There's a new smart scan. It's been introduced. It replaced the critical scan. Basically it integrated a bunch of different little things from the auto run analyzer technology. So that's going to be interesting to test out. They improved add trusted files by file path, malware deletion. There were some times where it couldn't delete even after reboot. They moved some of the settings around, so it should be a little bit more easier to find everything. Now that they offer Geek Buddy help when sandboxed applications are detected, this does two things. One, it does people who don't know what they're doing, they can get help now. I think Geek Buddy really isn't too much of a cost if you don't have anybody that can help you. I think it's like not even $40 a year. That's really cheap for live technical support. Other companies like, Semantic and things like that, for them to help you, I think it's like a couple $100. So this is it's not that bad. If you really need it. If you don't need it, you can it's just one little pop-up. It will see if we get it, and then you can just hit don't remind me again, and then it's gone. Dragon is included with the setup. It's optional. You do have to go to the customize thing, and I'll show you how to do that. That's why I haven't installed anything. And something's been fixed to improve performance. There was some times with the script scanner that it would cause some applications to open very slowly. So I've noticed a little bit of a performance improvement on my system, but we'll see what happens on this system. So the installer is now 81.9 megs. Of course, it includes both versions, 32 and 64 bits. So you don't have to download a separate installer. So 81 megs is not that bad. So I'll show you guys some of the settings you have to, you go through and different things like that. I have my internet turned off now because I don't want it to start updating and downloading the bases. Again, I have a copy of them here from my old 5.8. Not from the old 5.8, from the 5.9 version that I have on my computer. I just plopped it in the virtual machine so I don't waste time downloading it. I always recommend when you change a version, just re-download the bases again. I mean, it's not a huge download, and I think it just works better. So we go through the language. So you can see there's the new icon with Geek Buddy and Dragon. If you click the Customize Installer, here it lets you select options which you want to install. I'm not going to install either of these. Dragon, Chromium in general, for every, install it. Works very well. Geek Buddy if you need it. Options, other couple options, no big deal. So you can see the total size is 30 megs. I'm going to change the DNS servers. Normally this is checked, but because I think it's on a virtual machine, it's not checked, but that's alright. And then we just go through the normal install. So now that this is going, I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back when it's done. Alright guys, so the computer is going to restart right now, but this is what the new network detection alerts look like. They're much simpler to understand. Home, work, public place. So it's much easier to understand than the previous ones. So I definitely like this. Right now it's going through, it's going to start restarting soon, so I'll be back when it's done. Alright, so when you first boot up, we get the usual screen. If you want to buy any of the services, that's fine. You tick the little ticker down here and you close out. My virtual machine's been running slow ever since yesterday, so I don't know what's going on. Something's probably going on with my hard drive. Probably have to reinstall the virtual machine or something like that. So let me just tell you, it is much lighter, especially on my computer. Here, hold on one second, I'll show you. Okay, so now we're back to the network thing. I'll show you in a second. And we'll hit home. I did notice that on my computer, after I installed it and I'm not doing anything in the background, it tends to hover at around 6 to 8 megabytes. Let's see where it's at now. So now it's a little higher. It's at 23. It's probably because I've been messing with stuff. Got Firefox running in the background, got the virtual machine. Even then, not too bad. For a full security suite, I've seen them a lot worse. Okay, so let's go through the couple of new features. So if we go to run a scan, now we have the new smart scan that's in there. Let's see what else. Scanned settings. This is basically, this is the script that's been changed. So any scripts that are over 4 megs now don't get scanned, because I doubt you really have huge scripts any more than that. We'll see how that impacts, if that impacts security in any way. And let's see, manual scan, scheduled scan, that's all pretty much the same. Scheduled scans, submit files, antivirus events, firewall behavior settings. Here's those two Trust Connect settings for unsecured wireless network and for public networks. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to just leave it like it is from the factory. I've already showed you guys how I want to set it up on my computer, but we'll test it out stock. Let's see, Defense Plus settings. Pretty much I think everything's the same here. Nothing's been changed. There is a new thing in the message center that you might notice. We'll see if it comes up or not. Komodo has basically partnered up with Microsoft, and now if Microsoft releases new security, critical security, things that are really important to your security released, through your Windows update, you'll get a little message center pop-up that says there's been new updates released. Make sure that your computer is updated, that type of thing. Pretty much everything else that I can see has remained the same. You can see we're on version 5.9. And I'm not going to do a full scan because the computer is empty here. Let's see how much it's running on this computer. Yeah, you can see it varies a little bit. So let's open up Internet Explorer. I have a couple of things for my full reviews like I normally do. I have a text file that has links, and then I have a zipped up file that I think that has 2600, some odd version of malware, something like that. I haven't had a check to make sure that it's all 100% malware, but I'm pretty sure a lot of it is. Probably at least 90 some percent of it is. We'll see just how it does on detection, and we'll execute some of the other malware. But I know all of this is malware. So let's start and see where we go. Okay, so this is the warning that you will see if something has been either has been blocked. I think this is the alert that you see when something's been sandboxed. No, that's the alert that you see now when something's been found by internet security, by the AV, sorry. We'll see what the alert looks like when something's been sandboxed. You know, some people might say these alerts are kind of intrusive. Yes and no. At least, unlike some other companies, at least you can turn them off easily. Don't see again, and you're done. So, you know, they got to make money somehow, I guess. You still get everything for free. You just got to deal with a couple of alerts the first time, and then you're good to go. What this updater is seeing, okay, that has been identified as a piece of malware. I'm going to turn off the updater because right now the official version is not, this version hasn't been released to the network yet. So once you revert back to 5.8, you guys won't have to deal with that. So I'm not sure how long this review will be, but I want to make it fairly complete. It's not one of those, oh, here it is type of thing. I know it can be boring, but you know, you want to see how a product really works. You can't just go through it real quick. I want to show everybody what I do. Most, you know, unless it's something like it's scanning, I'm not going to wait and hold you guys here for 40 minutes while it's scanning. That's just crazy. Alright, that thing's still downloading, so we'll move on. Okay, that one's broke. I think I accidentally grabbed somewhere a Java file, and I don't have Java installed on this computer. Okay, so this one's been digitally signed by so this is a possibly unwanted program. It's a great example of a casino. It's hard to say if this should be detected or shouldn't be, but we'll sandbox it and we'll see what happens. This hasn't been whitelisted by Komodo though. Alright, so it's downloading things in the background. We'll move on. It looks like that one's been killed. And this is the second alert that you see, basically a lot like the first one that says we have isolated programs. Now, I don't understand why it came now when we've already sandboxed a couple programs. It's real interesting. I'll post this video on the Komodo forum too so they can see what I'm seeing. We'll just save it and we'll see if it detects it. It's a Java. Alright, those other two are still downloading. How big is that file? It's not big, it's just really slow. Okay, so this is that game finally opened up. So I'm gonna exit out of it. So now it's trying to access the search indexer. Why would it be doing that? That's awfully weird. There's no need. Okay. That one's been detected also. Okay, that one has been sandboxed, but it can't do anything. Oh, and it's been detected too. These last two are really new. And that one's been detected. So these have been detected by the cloud. If you click on it, maybe not. Oh, more info, sorry. So these have been detected by the cloud. That's why you're seeing heuristics.suspicious. They've been detected by the instant, basically the behavior blocker in the cloud. CIMA, Comodo Instant Malware Analysis. That's what it's called. You can see that one was already detected before it even finished. No, wait, that's another one. That's install. That's this one from way up here. That's probably one of these just finished downloading. Huh. Alright, and that one. And looks like it detected dnf.exe. And this momi.exe is probably still running in the sandbox. And this one looks like it's dead. It just basically stopped. Not doing anything. So let's see. Do we have stuff running in the sandbox? We have 10 things running. You can see all those things. But they've been found as suspicious. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reboot and do a full scan. Well, I'm going to clean the temporary internet files and do a full scan, and we'll see what's left over. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so the scan finished, and let's check it out and see what it found. Looks like it found 4 infections. So it found that desktop, the program that we saved, the Java, found it as malware. It was inside, actually. If you look at it, it was packed inside of it. So it found basically, I unpacked it and found 4 things. Other than that, it didn't find anything else. So normally in my testing tools I also use cleaning essentials, but I don't think there's really a point because we already used Komodo. But I did want to share with you guys that there has been a new version released, It's version whatever 2 something point 107, I think. 176, sorry. And you can see it's 2.3, blah, 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 blah. And here's the changes for this version. So there's new checking for program updates. They fixed a bunch of stuff. Terminating processes shown as light red. We saw that in my videos. They fixed 8 gigabyte is not shown correctly in the information page of kill switch. Memory leaks in kill switch. Paths of some kernel modules in kill switch, and run DL32 arguments in auto-run analyzer. So they fixed a bunch of stuff in kill switch and auto-run analyzer, and a couple of things in well, they added the program updates for everything else. So now, seeing as I ran CCleaner, I guess we'll install Malwarebytes and we'll go from there. So I also want to show you guys here on my system, you can see how low Komodo is now running. You can see it's about 6 megs. So that just kind of shows you what I want to show you from before, that it's actually fairly light. I mean, not fairly, it really is light. There's not a lot of full AV programs out there that are this light. So I'm gonna pause and I'll be back with the result from Malwarebytes. So see you in a sec. Actually, you know what? Before I run Malwarebytes, the one thing I will run is auto runs, because that's one thing I want to see if there's anything left over in the registry. So let's open it up here and we'll see if it finds anything. Looks like the desktop refreshed and this casino thing is dead. See if we move this out of the way. Okay, looks like that's dead. Alright, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I hid the safe entries and it's not showing anything, so we'll see if Malwarebytes finds anything. I disabled Komodo AV just so it doesn't slow Malwarebytes in its scanning at all. And we'll perform a quick scan like we normally do, and I'll be back with the results. Okay, so Malwarebytes finished scanning and it didn't find anything. So let's do a scan with Hitman Pro and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna let it update here. I want to see if Malwarebytes can find that casino, because I think it's, yeah, there it is. So let's see if it identifies. What are these performance logs, huh? Anyway, I'm gonna pause and I'll be back when all these are done scanning. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so it looks like Malwarebytes doesn't identify that casino file as much of anything, or whatever they were in there. That was in there. You can see nothing's been identified. Alright, so I'm gonna pause and be right back. Alright, so didn't find anything, just misidentification by Hitman Pro. And I just realized that I was about to forget to do this malware folder. So what I guess I'll do is do I still have it disabled? No. Yes, I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract the viruses, and I'm going to kind of make a quick little detection test. We're going to pit up the new Komodo against Malwarebytes and MCSoft. I have the emergency scanner kit and I'll update it and we'll see how they all three detect these. More than likely, I can bet you that MCSoft will probably be the top one because they have very good signatures. So let's see how it turns out, and I'll wait for this to unpack, and I'll get MCSoft updated. Alright guys, so for the sake of speeding things up, because I can use both cores on my desktop, I decided I'm gonna do the scan just to see how things are working on my real computer. So first, let me show you here that I've disabled Komodo. I'll show you that I do have the newest version installed for testing. We'll check for updates. Okay, no updates. And I have the exact same one copied 3 times. So we can see and make sure that, they're all identical. So we're going to start out with the first one. And we'll do a scan with Komodo. See how many it finds. Now this is malware from today. So I really don't expect anybody to do like 90% or anything like that. I'm expecting probably between 65 and 75%, maybe 80%. And that's a trend that I see with brand new malware from anybody. When it's brand new, that's what the trend tends to be. It tends to be right around there, 75, 70. Nobody really gets real high marks. As time goes on, a week, a day, 2 days, a week, the detections get higher and higher. So I'm going to pause the video right now, and I'll let Komodo scan, and we'll make a little, a notepad. We'll figure out how well everybody does, and we'll go from there. So I'll be right back, and see you soon. Alright guys, so finished scanning here. Took about 13 minutes. Open up the results. See, found a bunch of stuff. Let's clean it up. Now clicking clean just like in version 5.8 means putting them in quarantine, not deleting. So that's one good thing. So I'll pause and I'll be back when this is done. It's going to take a while. There's a lot of files in there. Okay, so Komodo finished scanning, and it left over 545 files. So I did the math, and it came out to be 79.5%. Yeah, hope I did that right. So now we're going to run Malwarebytes on this folder. First we're going to make sure it's updated though. And then we're going to see what it finds, and we'll go from there. So let me pause after this is, we'll update, and then I'll come back with the results. So I'll see you guys when this is done. Okay, so Malwarebytes finished scanning, and this is what it says it found. So what we're going to do is we're going to check everything, and we're going to put everything in quarantine. So give this a second. This is actually pretty fast, and we'll do the math then. So I'll just pause, I guess, while this is going at it, because it might take a little bit of time. Okay, so Malwarebytes finished scanning, and if we do a right click and check, we see that there's 1,479 files left over. And if you do the math, it comes out to be 55.6%. So not that great. Not too bad for being new malware and basically relying on signatures. But let's see how A squared does. I imagine this one will do really well. So I'm going to double check again for updates, and we'll have to do a custom scan to scan this folder, and we'll see what's left over. So we'll update one more time, and I'll do the scan, so I'll be right back. Okay, so MCSoft finished scanning here. It says it found 2,301, but we'll actually see what it really found when it's all done. So I went select all, and I'm going to delete all these because I really don't need them. So this is going to take a little bit of time. There's a lot of files, so I'll pause and I'll be back when this is done. Alright, and MCSoft finished scanning, and it left over 377 files. So that's not bad at all. Did the math, and it came out to 85.1%. I do want to show you guys one secret here on Komodo that you may or may not know this. If you go to the scanner settings and you set up manual scanning, let's say you want to enable cloud scanning, if you right click and scan on these, that setting is not enabled. It doesn't work. What you have to do is run a scan. You have to create a new scan, name it whatever you want. We'll add that file or that folder. You apply, and then you scan. Of course, it's going to check for definite, but now it's actually going to check those in the cloud, and you can actually see the outbound connections happening as it's checking them in the cloud. You can see all those. So we'll actually see the detection improve. So here, I'll pause and I'll show you the differences. Alright, so you can see that scanning in the cloud, it found some more. So let's see how many more it found. So we have 528. I'm going to just continue this a little bit. I want to try a couple different settings. I've actually never tried this myself. So now it's 80.1%. I want to try it with heuristics too. So that's with the cloud. So probably I think it found like 16 more or so. And not defense plus. I want to tick heuristics up to medium. And I want to see what that does. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so finished scanning. I did want to tell you that to make this fair, I disabled cloud scanning and just turned the heuristics up to medium, and it looks like with the heuristics it found 3 more. So heuristics packed unknown. So let's just do the math real quick here. I know I could probably do it in my head, but I'm too lazy right now. So 525. $80.2. So not a huge increase. And lastly, let's see what happens if I increase the heuristics all the way to high. See what that does. If it finds anything else. So I'll pause and I'll be back. Alright, and the heuristics on high did not find anything extra. So that's it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna upload it. I know it's long. Thanks for sticking with me. Check me out on Twitter, LandGuy99, and I'll talk to everybody later.